So, I'm making this video because I personally have been triggered in the last week. Not gonna lie. There's some shenanigans been going on behind the scenes with peeps and stuff. So, here I am making this video for everyone. It's a good old-fashioned Raven Moonstone video. So, big spanks to all my spice friends. I've taken a few days off of talking to a lot of people, and I should also give everyone a shout out because I have some new help posting on my page, my Telegram. My Telegram is t.me/Raven Moonstone Art. You can find that one there. If you do not follow me there, you're missing out. Okay? So today I've got a little chart video here. It's very short and hopefully you can all see it. But it has to do a lot with what's about to happen in the system and why people are being triggered. I almost swore there. I'm going to try not to. Why are you being so triggered? So I drew a funny little picture because it has to do with a timeline from 1 year and 9 months ago when I was in Ottawa. And I guess there's a lot of people behind the scenes talking crap and posting stuff and whatever. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to explain to you what I see going on. Okay? So let's get to my first chart. I don't have my glasses. No, I do not. So, just totally was weird there. Sorry. So I did this one. You can all read it. I hope it's forward facing. I think it comes forward. So as you can see in the 3D world, where you're all yelling, "I'm angry, you're a bad person," and all that, you're of service to self. You're just trying to be right about something. Okay? Period. So there's a little situation where I've been talking about for 3.5 years, known as the AI, that is basically projecting a lot of loosh. So when you're yelling, pretend there's a big mirror there, and whatever you're trying to say to that person is really what you're saying about yourself. So some of the words that have been used to describe me recently or over the past 1.5 years, manipulation was one of the big words I had to get over. I was like, where am I manipulative? Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was like, I don't know. I don't try and manipulate people. If anything, I'm trying to make you think for yourself and heal yourself. So, you calling me a manipulator is just me saying, like, I just see that big mirror there. You calling me a liar, you calling me a thief, you calling me any of those things, I don't give a shit what you call me. I've said this from day one. What you think of me is none of my business. It's none of my business. So if you want to call me Queen Raven, you go right on ahead and you say all those bad things. I'm going to tell you why that is hurting you and not me. Okay? So I try and sit in truth, love, peace, and manifesting my own reality and my own space. So there's been a lot of talk since I even started doing videos. There's been a lot of these people. A lot of those people. I'm just going to say I love you, but I don't care. Okay? I love you, but I just don't care. So I had to get over why I was pissed off. You were calling me a manipulator, but it wasn't you that I was mad at. It was probably an ex-husband that called me a manipulator. So it's on me. It's my issue. So I had to get rid of it, just so you know. I'm not without. Everybody's got to do work, you guys. Every person, every single person. Not, this is what happens to you. Okay, so what I believe going on now is we're all being tested. We've always been tested, but now the test is like even more becoming more relevant and more bigger and more stronger. So if you haven't gotten over your narcissistic bullshit in this meat suit, from however you were in a past life or bringing it forward in this life, and you haven't gotten your lessons, what we have to look at is we all have these, I'll just call them wizards for about that. They're presenting us our triggers. And they're like, hey man, you over it? Did you learn your lesson? Did you? Did you now? No? Okay. So we're going to present that in this, what I like to say, the karmatic debt cycle. So you're stuck in the service to self instead of being of service to others. That's very low vibes. This is God's universe, God's time. We've been held knowledge of this is now time, the past and the present. We all reside in the same time frame right here. So if you're mad at me from something in the past, you're carrying that to the future because it's all right now. Do you get that? And the way the new system works, or all the system, is like karmatic debt. It's either going to look at you as being one of the 80% that's here of service to others, like over 51% of your body is of service to others, kindness, gratitude, love for others, or you're not, or your ex-husband, your ex-girlfriend, whatever. You're still holding a lot of anger because you think you're right. You haven't gotten over the victim. You're either a victim or a victor. Okay? These are the two types of people that are going on right now. You either get rid of the stuff that makes you feel like a victim, so you can feel all the love vibes. Okay? So now I've had a lot of people ask me, how is the new system that is being rolled out, BRICS, how is that not like the one world government? Blah, blah, blah. Let me just do it in a simple explanation, okay? This is the best way I could break it down for everybody, okay? And why do your vibrations matter? Think of the Minority Report, okay? The movie Minority Report, if you've all seen it, where Tom Cruise gets like a ball rolled down from the 3 people in the pool, and they predict what's going to happen. Joe Blow's going to go murder his wife because she was cheating on him. So all of a sudden the police show they're up right before that happens. That's been going on for a long time, you guys. Everything is recorded. Okay? Everything. It's all recorded. They have it all on everybody. Everything. Bad, good, otherwise. God knows everything. Okay? So, thank you, car and truck. Oh, it's actually 2 trucks. I live in the mountains. What do you expect? Anyways. So, in this 3D system, we all use computers that talk to a server that are housed at a serving place, which the IMF has control of all the money in the system, okay? 13 bloodlines control this system, this matrix. Okay, right here, the one we've been living in as debt slaves that they have to shut down. This is the one stopping. Okay, I just did a whole bunch of videos that tell you about this word here. I can't even say it. GESARA. That's the Global Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act. Okay, which brings equality. Let's go back to this thing here. So if we're, say, I'll just use bank machine because that's the way we all think right now. Our consciousness is adapted to the 3D system of going money into our account and money going into a bank machine. Okay, so pretend we're at the bank machine here and I'm taking out money to do a transaction. So it's 1 + 2 = 3 and 3 - 2 = 1. Simple. There's no debt in this system. Okay, there's no debt transferring in this golden loop. Not in zero, zip, zilch. Okay? So when you go to do a transaction, it's happy vibes from one person to the next. The transaction goes through. Okay? This is God's highway. It will allow you to make these golden DNA, silver DNA, your service to others, self-transaction happen. Helping to feed your family, go to work, whatever. Okay? By the way, I heard you have to live in your country to get this. Okay? So anyways, let's go back. So what these countries have done since 2014 is they've created a new development bank that has very more favorable rates than these ones. So they're developing things that have already been backed by gold and silver, DNA sanctified cryptocurrency that goes into a blockchain. Now, why is this unhackable right here? As I said, when I go to pick up my phone now, my new QFS phone, everybody's getting one for free, I heard, or their computers, both, I think, or whatever. I don't know how It'll work. Oh, the squirrel just agreed with me. Free technology. So when we go to pick up our phone and put it down, it only works with our vibration. So this is just my opinion. I think Elon saying Neuralink, okay, hear me out on this, you guys. He's changing our consciousness because he's a white hat. He's changing our consciousness to believe that now something needs to be hooked up to our brain when it's already there. And what I mean by that, it's our frequency within our vibration. So that's kind of like a predictive programming little seed that's planted so it doesn't, when they actually come out and say, well, it's not Neuralink, we don't actually jam something into your head and hook you up to a machine. That's not what happens. It's not in the Matrix. That's what. So this one now is, if people's vibrations are happy, it stays within your locked phone and in a blockchain technology within the ether. So your ether, the ether is hearing what the universe is hearing what your heart is saying. Okay? The universe is hearing what your heart is saying. And if you haven't watched my little take on this video in 2020, I posted, I think it was November or something, 2nd maybe of 2020, I posted a video called I Am and the New World. And it shows like how our vibrations basically work. This is just my opinion, I do not think we will be voting like we've ever voted before. They had to show us how everything was corrupt in this, with watermarked ballots, trackable by DNA in the ether. So they're going to show us how that was connected here, okay? And then they're going to show us that our vibrations are what's creating the frequency here. And I think that's why it's called Starlink. We're the stars that manage the frequency. So there's actually no cables anymore. Okay? There's nothing that you can actually, like Mission Impossible, go dangle and sneak somebody's data out of that and all the information, because it floats through the ether at warp speed and no one can hack it. So if you do not know the difference, if you do not know what blockchain means, go watch a YouTube video. It's like there's a 7-minute one that says what is blockchain and cryptocurrency, and seriously, anybody can understand that. So the easiest way I can explain it is, say you, me, Joe Blow, and 15 other people do a transaction at exactly 12:01, blah blah blah. That gets stuck in that time trap of whatever in a blockchain, and that goes into the ether and transfers like at probably 1 bazillion times stronger than it ever has been before. Like, think laser speed versus alpha waves, okay, and beta waves. Think just purely like that. So a person would have to go in and rewrite everything on this piece of paper, plus all of your information at exactly that time, and then every time it hit millions and trillions of places around the ether, it has to be changed. The fingerprint. That's why it's unhackable. Because you can't change it ever at any one given. There's no place to capture anybody's legitimate information ever. If that makes sense. Okay? So if I transferred $1 million to my best friend, thanks, man, I love all your hard work, you know, blah, blah, blah. 1 million notes. I'll call them notes. If I transferred 1 million notes to my friend, that will never be trackable other than in God's highway, because it's already done in a good vibration. It's already known that you weren't getting your money stolen. And if you guys didn't all watch that video the other day with the $300 trillion that paid off the world's debts, and the 21 trillion that was for the US. This is all part of cleaning off this crap and getting rid of that money. Now what they've done is they've put liens on every organization in the CABAL within this 3D system, so they can never get our money ever again. So this is my big question to all of you. Where are you? Are you thinking about, oh my God, when's it gonna happen? Or oh, who's mad at who or whatever? We're abundant. We've been in abundance. You just haven't seen it happen because you haven't been manifesting it, right? Does that make sense? I hope it did. So I know a lot of people are coming out there saying it's around the corner and all of that. I do feel like it is. I feel more grounded than I've ever been in a long, long time. Thanks to my beautiful hosts out here. This is a great place to be. I'm actually thinking about getting maybe a pet. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the universe provides, but I'm just trying to stay very present and very happy and very healthy. And I've been doing my horse-paced situation and some other things and getting a lot of rest and yeah, just really enjoying my mountain life. So I've been kind of tuned out a little bit. So yeah, I love everybody honestly who has called me names. You know why? Because you helped me realize where I was pissed off in the first place. Seriously, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And I've either got in neutrality about people or thanks for the lesson. Like, thanks. Might take me a minute to get there. I usually have to talk about it to myself or a close to before I, because you wouldn't have wanted me to make a video a couple of days ago. I probably would have deleted it. So let me squint and see about comments here, see if I can read any comments. So I'm like going to be squinting here. I don't know. I don't see any comments now. Somebody just put a thumbs up. Maybe it'll come up in the comments. Sorry to ask you that, but then I can read them because I don't know why it doesn't do that. And by the way, my Rumble is, my numbers are getting totally hammered. If you haven't liked or subscribed or shared my Rumble videos, please do that. I post all the good ones on Rumble. Okay? All the good ones. Oh, why is this going? Come here. Come on. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. Oh, for Pete's sake, people. There we go. Okay, now I can maybe see. Well, I'm trying to see comments. Oh, I just say a hi. Sorry, I can't read comments today, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not meant to read comments today. But anyways, if you feel this video has helped you get rid of some triggers, you know, I'm happy. If it's helped you realize that you should be manifesting a higher timeline, then, oh, I do see some comments. It looks like a water and a smiling face. 17 months ago. Exactly. And you know, let me just share something with you guys in regards to the Saskatchewan situation that many of you saw. All I heard is the same thing I've always heard when that person's timeline has been revealed on the news. Like, come on. The news is QAnon. Cease and desist. Don't inject kids. I'm like, so, and that's why they're mad. What's so bad about that? Maybe that timeline's not your timeline anymore, but I can tell you other people wake up to the timeline that all of us Canadians were trying to stop that in some way, somehow, some form in 2021 by sending out hundreds of thousands of cease and desists that I believe energetically either left an imprint on you to do the right thing or you ignored it. And that's just that. So there are a lot of people who are fearful that that's actually legitimate. Like, what if it is true that we didn't listen and we kept injecting children with this? What if it is true that we were getting paid thousands of dollars and now we're going to be held accountable for crimes against humanity. What if that is true? It wasn't your timeline if you don't believe it, but that's how timelines work. Lots of people have to believe that timeline in order for that timeline in reality to become true. As soon as you stop believing in a timeline, literally, say a 7-Eleven clerk that pissed you off 20 years ago and was working there until about 2 years ago. You never thought about that person again. Does that person exist? No. It's the same, like, I probably red-pilled, 45 people that didn't want me to say shit in 2020. Will I ever see them again? Nope. Because it served the purpose. Do you know what I'm saying? They didn't believe me then. So it's just about awakening timelines. And whether that is to fake shit, corrupt government, cease and desist, grocery groups, fake royals, how people jump bodies, whatever it is. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You cannot hold those vibrations any longer. You're the one holding up the collective consciousness. Hate to put it, it's on you. You, boop, boop, boop. So we must look at where our hearts are right now. It's like, honestly, be brutally honest with yourself and write it out on a piece of paper if you have to about things that are pissing you off. So, okay, now I can see some comments, so I'm going to squint. I was just complaining of lack today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. We all do it. And I say, like, I was literally like today, what the hell? Like, I love everybody. I don't want to see anybody upset or pissed off. And that's always been my thing. Why are you guys all mad? When people are like pointing the fingers at everybody else, you're a freaking narcissist. Period. You care that your opinion, you're gaslighting everybody else, like, on what their experience has been. I think that's what I had a hard time getting over in the last week. If I had to hear one more person say a negative thing about what I did in Ottawa, that's not your business. It's not your soul contract. Neither is your soul contract my soul contract. Stop gaslighting people about their soul contracts. Period. Period. 100%. So there was a reason that everybody was in Ottawa. There was a reason that there was things that happened in Ottawa. You either saw them or you didn't. So you either tapped into your soul contract of why you were supposed to be there, or you're like, I'm out of here. You either went nuts if you lived in Ottawa or you didn't. You either went, freedom, right after that and rallied around the world, or you didn't. So it broke a timeline to me. And we all need to stop all with that nonsense. This is when we need to come together, you guys. Love each other more, harder. Like the curling, sweep harder, push harder. We're in the last bit of where we should be literally holding people's hair back and going, yeah, okay, now you're finally up to where we are. People coming up to you with their idea that was your idea through, 30 years ago even. If I have to hear one, did you know 9/11's an inside job? Yep. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the party. This is where we should be saying, welcome to the party. And glad, instead of hanging on like that. I think my friend put it, the Watiga negative loosh vibes. It's like these claws that just get into you and you need to like flick them out of your computer and deal with that. Like, you just need to deal with it. So everybody just needs to do a little bit more hard work right now and remain grounded. Take your running shoes off and go sit in the grass and smoke some grass if you have it, and connect with Mother Nature and love yourself. When you're yelling at somebody else, you do not love yourself. Period. Narcissists do not love themselves. They're the most, they have the lowest self-esteem out of anybody out there. That's why they got to control situations. There, I said it. I said it. Got to control everything. I used to think I could control stuff. I used to be a narcissist. I used to be a lot of things. But once you realize why you were doing those, then you can change your behavior. That's as easy as that is. So, I'm off. I'm going to do some fun stuff. I hope this video has helped you. And I'm just going to hold up this. We're in here already, you guys. We just saw that everything was taken care of here in 2017. I've often said I thought the Fed was bankrupt in 2018. And looky-loo here. We have a 2017 check. And for all the naysayers who say that check isn't real, you do not know how money systems work. You don't know how any of that stuff works in the back. Just go learn about it, or that's all I have to say. We aren't being told these things by someone who has this intel. It's about changing your consciousness. You guys must realize that. Everything that, say, Phil's going through, or Greg went through, or whatever, we all go through that. But you're not seeing yourself in that other person. You're not seeing how we were all shunned by our families. You're all not seeing how we were gaslit by our families. Okay? I've been doing these videos for, I don't know, almost 4 years. 3.5 good years of being here, just being as present and figuring out as much shit as I could. If I would have been wrong, I'm like, whoa, that's not what I thought. But the disinformation is necessary. Disinformation is necessary. They're not going to come out and say, yeah, like Greg and Robert David Steele and John McAfee and Phil and Ezra, they're all working together. Like, they're not going to say that. They're not going to say that. They're never, ever going to say that. They were never going to say that. That's why a song that's called The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. You didn't know there's a song called that? There is. Anyways, I don't personally like the song, but it's an interesting song nonetheless. So figure out a way to get rid of your control mechanisms within your life. You're just literally... hop over to the light side. Come over to the light side. It's the good side. We're already here, people. We're already here. So, imagine, if you will. I'll leave you with this thought. Okay? Imagine, if you will, that somebody behind the scenes, maybe a friend of mine, for years has been working at what they took away from you, they're putting into here. So one day we go to look at our bank account and it'll be like all of our income tax money. And here in Canada, I hope it says, sorry, from Revenue Canada, from the Treasury, that's what it'll say. From Canada Treasury, sorry, here's your income tax refund. And hundreds of thousands of dollars will be there. If you have hundreds of thousands of dollars because... you're, say, 54 years old and you've worked your entire life here in Canada since you're 14 years old, and you paid into the 3D system, don't you think if you're 54 and you have, like, lots of money and your friend has lots of money and there's no more mortgages and there's no more income tax and you can go buy a house for 1950s prices, do you think you guys all really give a shit who has what? And so you complaining about Phil being a millionaire, you're feeding that. You complaining about somebody defrauding people, you're feeding that. You're not living here. You're not living over here in love. You should be like, yay, Phil has lots of money because he figured it out a long time ago. Yay, I'm all happy for everybody who's rich and who's been accumulating silver and who's been taking their money out of this 3D system and converting into silver. Yay! So that's what we need to get rid of, the fact that you are chirping off like a caged bird outside of your cage. Move on! Move on! So that's all I got to say about that. So I love you guys. Oh, I can see some more comments. Sorry. Just wait. I can't even read. Yeah, I can't read them. Sorry. I should have brought glasses, but I just came out here and I don't even know if my neighbors are outside. But I just wanted to say I love you. I love you all. Even the people that, you know, talk crap about me. I really got to send you love because you are stuck. You are stuck and about to be slapped upside the head with some really huge revelations of we have all been marching in the same direction. We don't want to be slaves anymore. We have all been marching in the same direction. So whether you're like, and your 3D, neighbor is like, oh, I believe in the vax. They're still going over here going, we don't want to be controlled. So we're all going in the same direction, you guys. Now we just need to get it together. Okay? And don't forget, keep talking about child trafficking. Don't forget the Sound of Freedom came out and just stop. Okay? Keep informing people. All right? That million march or whatever, great. Super. But while you're there, don't forget to expose everything. I hope that's what happened. So I don't do big things like that. Nope, that's not for me. So not in a big crowd. No. So thank you for the invites, but no. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Protect your energies from those who wish bad things upon you. Do some grounding, do some healing, love yourself. Like, seriously love yourself so hardcore right now. It's up to you. Because if you're yelling at someone else, that ain't love. That ain't love. That ain't love and above, and that ain't for me. So I wish everybody a happy journey, and hopefully some shenanigans take foot, and boop happens first. Oh, by the way, I've been trying to tell you guys this. If I get one more October 4th video, stop it. Stop it. I'm not disconnecting anything. I'm not unplugging anything. I'm not listening to any of that. Is where's my beer? That's beer. Beer. Stop it. Come over to the light side. Do you think they would be like ending all of this crap to perform some sort of ridiculous DARPA shit on us that's been taken out? No. So, just calm your tits, as my dad used to say. I love you all. Have a great day. Be peaceful. Enjoy nature. Go take some pictures of the falling leaves and realize this is when we get taught to let go of things. It's harvest season. We're all in abundance. Perfect time to let go of old habits and old programs and everything that no longer serves you. Okay? Friends, I love you. I love you. I love you.